And Eero Butella was a shot right off the face-off and a save made. Chris Bettini will be the extra forward tonight for Waterloo. Dylan Compton and Tyler Miller on defense. It comes back to Compton to the point, fires a shot, blocked as Newmeyer got a piece of it. Rebound attempt, that one swept aside. Miles Hillman at point-blank range. Save made there by Slukinski, and Waterloo has come out buzzing. Fargo at neutral ice battles for that puck. Leppa trying to scoop it up. It's chopped away by Youngstown. Jaden Kerr, Carson Reed on defense. Will Felicio here early on. 16:08 and counting in the first. Shots on goal, 6-1 in favor of Waterloo. Here's Bozer. Bozer will fire that one in. Is reaching for it with Spicer. Got a piece of it, but let it sail by. Tyler Miller sends it over to the far side. Intercepted by Eero Hakkarainen. Now Davitella with it for Fargo. Will backhand it. There to play it back behind the net for the Force. Sam Platt, feet in front, is going down was Hakkarainen. As he went sliding down in front of the net, gets the puck back loose and taken back by Waterloo. Long pass at center, does not connect, intercepted by Bozer. He'll circle around, chased by Mustard, and that dumped in by Fargo as they will get into a line change. Platt trying to keep the puck in the offensive zone. Fargo completes that line change nearly 5 minutes into the opening period. Peter Cesar will fire it back in. Brings around as Jack Spicer trying to reach for it with a goalie stick, couldn't get to it. Lee Parks sends it towards the goal. Cesar will play it back behind the net. Puts the brakes on. Moves puck near side as Parks battling for that puck. Now Platt backhanded, tried to center it. Deflected by Waterloo. Gavin Lindbergh back to play it. Puck comes free in front. Cleared but not out for Taylor. Diagonal feed intended for Peter Cesar. Intercepted. John Mustard. Mustard will flip it in. Fargo to the right of Spicer. An offensive zone faceoff. Fargo winning the draw. Puck batted free to the far side. And controlled by Waterloo and Carson Reed. And flipped over the official. Bouncing puck back to neutral ice. Eero Hakkarainen trying to drop it off and gives the puck away to Landon Nyes. Nyes will dump it back in. Gruba back to play it behind the net. 11:38 to go in the first. No score. Hakkarainen, and here's a turnover taken by Waterloo. Shot and saved by Slukinski. And the quick wrister from John Mustard. Mustard gets it back. Tried to drop it in front. Tried to center. And Fargo looking to clear it out. Now Gruba comes back to play it. Tied up with Lindbergh. Leppa there as well. Bats it off the end boards. Newmeyer up ice for Hakkarainen. He chops away at it. Puck loose at neutral ice. And Davitella controls quickly for Tom Leppa. Leppa trying to keep that puck deep into the offensive zone. Fargo will start up in a line change. Out comes Cesar and Tate Taylor. 11:03 to go here in the first. As our ice face off here. As that puck went out of play up over the scorer's area and the penalty boxes across the way. Here's Brazen Bozer. Deflected far side. Sam Platt, who is on a scoring streak of his own. 8-game point streak. 9 points in that stretch for Fargo. Poked free. Loose down the far side wall is Swanson after it, but getting there first for Waterloo's John Mustard. Fargo tries to get set up on the forecheck. Puck comes to the half wall near side. Tyler Miller works his way to neutral ice for Mustard. Pass deflected by Bentz. Miller will drop it off to his defensive partner Dylan Compton. Backhanded in by Miles Hillman. Dumped in. Quinn back to play it, but Waterloo's been aggressive here early. Really has not allowed Fargo, except for that power play, to really establish things in the offensive zone. The forecheck has been taken away here for the most part. Here's Fisher. Fisher pass goes behind Davitella. Didn't connect. Backhanded out. Of course, the Blackhawks, a lot to play for. Trying to get to that number 2 seed, first round bye in the Western Conference playoffs as they battle with Sioux City for that number 2 spot behind Fargo. Finn McVichter comes across the line with it. Alt Richter chased by Tom Leppa. He's escorted over to the far side wall. Pass back to the point, an errant pass. Davitella after the loose puck into the Fargo offensive zone. Gets tied up with a Waterloo skater. Trying to gain control, but taken back there by John Mustard. It's not been a real fruitful power play, an effective power play here. Some errant passing by the Blackhawks. 23 to go on the man advantage. Loose puck again. Davitella can't get to it. Taken there by John Mustard. As it poked away at center. Nice job on the poke check by Tom Leppa. He'll head to the bench. Davitella after it. In the Fargo offensive zone. The puck back behind the net. Waterloo, one more rush up ice with Felicio. Pass does not connect. Reaching for it is Griffin Erdman. Now Platt trying to disrupt things. 5-on-5 now is a very effective penalty kill for Fargo. Still trailing 1-0. Alt Richter puts the brakes on. Pass deflected. Bouncing puck. Grabbed by Parks. Fargo has numbers 4-on-3. Down the left wing board with it. Swanson. Swanson into the backhand shot. Oh, just wide. Swanson tumbles down in the right circle. Swanson in that time on Spicer and got denied. Fargo with Plant. They drop it off for Parks. He's checked. Nicely done by Grady Deering. They try to clear it, and they ring it around, and the Blackhawks able to clear it. And a piece of it and tip it. Looked like it went through the 5-hole of Jack Spicer. So Fleece from Swanson. We'll see if there's a second assist somewhere along the way, and Fargo's evened it up late in the first at Shales Arena. Tyler Miller comes across the line. That one dumped in. Is there to play it Miles Hillman. Bozer comes up the wall near side for Davitella. Now Quinn. Long feed. Hakkarainen trying to get to it as Spicer comes out of the cage and will send that to neutral ice, and it's sent along by Gavin Lindberg. Back behind the net. Over to the far corner. Hakkarainen to play it. Now Raisin Bozer into the announcement on the goal. As the goal goes to Mason Fleece, here comes Stenari. Defender fell down. Stenari in and a shot. Getting a piece of it with Spicer. Defender fell down with what a wide open path for Merrill Stenari, and Spicer with the save. Fargo trying to keep the offensive pressure going. Hakkarainen kind of skates, kind of caught at the half wall. Here's Newmeyer. Newmeyer left circle. Fargo with a line change coming as Parks and Bentz come out. We've seen pretty much 3 lines for Fargo for the most part. We've not seen a lot. We've seen Stenari and Fleece. Wyatt Sipniewski. 4 skater out there for Fargo. Loose reaching forward is Bentz. Here's Stenari back behind the net. Stenari to the corner for Bentz. Inside of 90 seconds and counting here in the first. 1:18 and counting. Retired one. Fired hard off the inboards and off the back of the goal. Taken there by Bentz. Bentz in the corner. Trying to drop it off and taken there by Carson Reed. He's checked. Waterloo puck comes back up the wall. Battle for it right in front of the Blackhawks bench. Parks trying to tip it free. Loose neutral and Harper Bentz. Again, Fargo 3 forwards out of the lineup due to injury with Gavin Morrissey, Michael Estarza, Brandon Swoboda. It's pretty much been 3 lines or maybe 3.5 for the most part. Here comes Bentz up ice, and they might mix and match to try and match up things with the Blackhawks as well. Flipped down the right side, near side. Plant cannot control. Mustard sends that one in. Dumps that one in deep. Quickly back out to neutral ice. Pass to not connect with Lee Parks as he tried to play the carom off the far side boards. Here comes Waterloo across the line with a chance. A shot save made by Slukinski. Long rebound. Slukinski kicks that one aside. Then a third major, or the minor, I'm guessing, off the face-off. Fargo, depth getting tested here seriously as Felicio back behind the net. Tied at 1, 16:38 to play here in the second. So checking from behind, 2 and 10 on Eero Hakkarainen. Alt-Richter, as here comes John Mustard. Mustard quickly into the offensive zone, getting tied up. Griffin Erdman to the far side wall. Newmeyer for Bozer. Bozer trying to ring it around, and Alt-Richter trying to keep it in. Davitella trying to poke it free, comes back down the wall. And Fargo looking to clear it out. And USHL history, 48 set by Des Moines. That was back when they just 56 games in the regular season. That number has climbed to 62 over the years. Dumped in and cleared out by Fargo as Davitella gets tied up over there with Felicio, and back come the Blackhawks again. Deering cannot control it. Rolling puck, Tate Taylor after it for Fargo. Makes a swing at it, and rolling puck back out to neutral ice. Alt-Richter looking to dump it in. Not yet. He'll drop it off for Felicio. Felicio at center. Now for Alt-Richter. And carried in by John Mustard. Down the left wing boards with a full head of steam. Works his way in. Backhanded shot. Slukinski the save. Puck comes back behind the cage. Comes back high slot. Felicio's shot blocked. Getting a piece of it. Harper Bentz. Taylor will take a swing at it and trying to clear it. And he does. Drinks in this evening off the face-off. Batted free. Chopped out to neutral ice as Tyler Miller took that big hit that led to the checking from behind call on Hakkarainen. Good to see him in there. Centering feed in front, and shot just poked away. That time is in, and on Slukinski was John Mustard. Battle for it along the wall far side. Miller trying to shovel it along. Somebody lost a stick. That's loose at neutral ice. Nevers cannot control. Here's Parks. Parks grabs a loose puck at the red line, dumps it back in. Sam Plant, first one there for Fargo. Centering feed, nobody home. Parks couldn't get there. Batted away by Miller. Swanson A centering feed, that one blocked, and I think was played with a high side. Looks like he made it, trying to go bottom right corner and just missed. Here's Gruba. Gruba trying to send the puck along. Swanson plays it off the boards, trying to chop at it, and able to sweep it over to Taylor. Taylor trying to dump it in, quickly taken back by Tyler Miller. 9:50 to go in the second. It's 2-1 in favor of Fargo. To the near side with it, and dumped in by the Blackhawks. Quinn, first one there for the Force. Taylor in the corner, takes a hit, but sends the pass along for Davitella. Here comes Fisher. Fisher comes across the line with it. Fisher puts the brakes on and will send it cross ice. Loose in front of the goal and swept aside by Waterloo. Ping-ponged around, now Mustard in. Mustard, at a centering feed, deflected. Davitella unable to carry it out. Sent back behind the net. Out of the far corner with it comes Davitella. Davitella turns and will fire it back to neutral ice. Taken there by Jaden Kerr. Stick handles and flips that one back in. 9:10 to go in the second. Line change coming for the Blackhawks, trailing 2-1. Off the face-off, it is controlled, comes back to Quinn. It's going to be, I believe, offside. Quinn was kind of... And Swanson, now the all-time points leader in a season for the Force with 72 and counting. Goal and a helper tonight. Swanson, second of the USHL in scoring. Now Plant comes across the line. Plant knocked free. Quinn back for Plant of the corner, trying to center, deflected. And Alt-Richter will play it now for the Waterloo Blackhawks. Their first and only trip to Shields Arena, at least in the regular season. Alt-Richter a full head of steam. Trying to come wide, puts the brakes onto the corner. Spins, centering feed. And skating out with it is Waterloo, is coming out to the blue line and unable to maintain the zone was Felicio. Well, Felicio has ascended cross ice and Marcus. Out comes Peter Cesar for Fargo. Puck carried in as center with Minnesota and BU. Gophers held off Omaha. The Gophers might have been ripe for an upset. Omaha playing close to home, playing some good hockey. And Gophers rallied for a 3-2 win. Trying to get back into the Frozen Four. Frozen Four in St. Paul in a couple of weeks. Here's Bentz. Bentz looks to send that puck in deep this weekend. Waterloo won 3 games, including 2 at home. 19 goals in the season for him. Puck back behind the net. As Dylan Compton over there for the Waterloo Blackhawks. Turnover as Parks. Swanson tried to center it in front. Off a Waterloo skater is getting sent down with Swanson, courtesy of the Waterloo skaters. Alt-Richter knocked down, got checked by Neumeier. Able to finish off that check. Near side, Merrill Stenari. Couldn't get to that loose puck. Gruba for Neumeier. Far side, trying to clear the puck out. Loose near the blue line for the far side. Fired back in by the Blackhawks. Lukinski back behind the cage. Gruba, 8.5 to play in the third. Force with a 6-1 advantage. 3 stars of the game will come after our play-by-play, but you figure Swanson and Plant, among others. Coming across the line with it comes Tyler Miller. Miller in the corner. McLaughlin battles for the loose puck. Fargo comes away with it with Hakkarainen. Has Stenari with him. Flip back in by Eero Hakkarainen. Stenari will chase after it as Landon Nyes with it. Brings it around here to the near side. Nyes, college commit to UMass. Backhanded flip. Loose near the red line. And backhanded in by John Mustard. Mustard leads the Blackhawks in goals at 20 of that shot. Fargo clears it all the way down. Both teams will change up on the specialty teams unit. 36 on the Stenari penalty. 2:40 to go in the third. Final moments of this one ticking away. Force leads 6-1. As racing into the zone, John Mustard brings around to the far side. Nevers towards the right circle. Back for Felicio. Well, Felicio walks in. Felicio, they throw it in front. Gets deflected around. Backhanded in. Trying to stuff it home. Is sent into a suspension. More to come on that probably for tomorrow. So check out the pregame for that. Fired wide. Kept in by Mustard at the point. Knocking it away, Davitella forces Mustard back to center. And we're back to even strength. Loose puck, Davitella for Tate Taylor. Plays it off the boards far side. Felicio going to drop it back towards the middle of the ice. And there to play it, John Mustard. As Waterloo looks to reset. We're inside at 2 minutes to play in the third. Fargo leads at 6-1. As Felicio stick handles, and that one flipped in deep. Taylor brings it around for Reed Davitella. Davitella. Stenari got tied up between the benches. And Back come the Blackhawks with it, trying to gather it in. Griffin Erdman out of the offensive zone, out of the corner with it. Comes Brock Schultz. Fargo, there's it back to neutral ice.